like we're recording. Welcome back to the channel. This is Servant by Nature, and we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna have this thing more structured. At first I was just getting on here, recording. Just going straight to business. You know what I'm saying? What we primarily is gonna be focused on, which are the markets. Uh, but I have to have this thing more structured, and I had to tell myself that we're building a community here, so it would be good if we had, a proper introduction. If we had a name, all these things. So along the course of our journey of, coming to these markets on a day in and day out basis, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna start to see some improvement changes, and just, go from there. So starting off with Bitcoin, we see over the weekend, Bitcoin has been trading sideways, and recently has came back to this high here, retest this high. And we're still in this range. We still find this area of resistance. But before I get too far into that, let's actually do us a top-down analysis and actually have this written out. And I'm gonna clean these charts out along the way. So I'm actually gonna keep this on here for my personal reasons. Basically what I have on here are each halving dates for Bitcoin. So I have the one that happened in 2016, I have the one that happened in 2020, and the one that recently happened in 2024. The blue boxes that you see is when price actually retraced and how much of a discount did Bitcoin have before, beginning to buy itself up. So we see previously it had a 77% discount from the high. And there was, a good buying opportunity for Bitcoin before it, actually began to push its way up. So currently, we have Bitcoin at its all-time highs, and we see that on our monthly time frames, we are starting to create these long wicks to the upside, which could indicate that selling pressure is or could be coming soon. And we just have to keep mind of that. What is this right here? Oh, okay. So let's remove that for right now, because I'm pretty sure I'll keep that in mind. So doing our top-down analysis, let's do this right here. So we're gonna have month. How do I want to organize this? So what I previously was doing, I was having the month on here. Then I was saying, okay, what is it? Bullish, bearish. So obviously we see Bitcoin as being bullish. It's bullish because of what, anyone? We're having an uptrend. We're having a series of higher highs and higher lows. And Bitcoin has been just overall very bullish asset. So for the month, we have bullish. Let's do this again. Yeah, there we go. Then we can give a brief description of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? We have it typed out. Of course, we can come back to it and look at it visually, but we'll have it to decide what's the market doing. So bullish. And one other thing I believe I want to incorporate is what stage is it in? Because market moves in 3 stages: impulse, your correction, and your continuation. So currently, we see this is our impulse, our correction, and our continuation. So I would say Bitcoin, we really had to see it start selling for me to say it's in this correction stage. So honestly, still in the impulse stage, or maybe in the impulse stage, transitioning into that correction stage. So Let's just add that as well. So we have, let's actually throw these glasses back on so I ain't gotta be leaning in so much. Okay, monthly bullish impulse. Well, actually, let's do it like this. Let's do it like this. Let's do it like this. Let's do right under, we'll say stage. Then we can put, you know what I'm saying, if it's in a impulse correction or continuation stage. So this video might be a little longer than it usually does, just because I'm going to spend more time in it. But you know, just going forward, they'll be much smoother. So what stage is it in? We shouldn't be overthinking it. And honestly, just to keep it simple, let's just do this. Impulse. To correction. Impulse correction continuation. So stage, impulse to correction. And I believe this is a valid point. You don't want to overthink it, and I'm happy that I did that, because you know we can overanalyze things, but if you just keep it simple, there's that. And the reason why I said impulse to correction, we see we have our impulse, our correction, impulse, and this could be an indication of our correction because we are starting to have those bearish candlesticks like these wicks. And we see, you know, everything is just straight bullish over here, straight bullish over here. And we start to get those bearish candles, which actually start to push price down. Start to see those bearish candles, which start to push price down. We start to see those bearish candles, start to push price down. So we honestly could be in the stage of impulse to correction. So we're in the transition stage. Transition stage. Do I want to put that there? Transition stage. Let's actually just leave it. Now this is where we're going to add a small description to it, okay? BTC has reached ATH all-time highs. We're going to ATH above 100 and began to close the months with long wick exhaustion. Possibly indicating then that's what we can go into, you know, what we're saying. Bitcoin has reached all-time highs above 100 and began to close the months with long wick exhaustions. Possibly indicating a transition to a correction stage. And it could be some typos on here. Let's take a look and see. We can just go and fix that. Well, really don't matter. Let's see. It look cool. Okay, that's what we have for the month. We have Bitcoin is bullish. What stage are we in? Impulse to correction. Bitcoin has reached all-time highs above 100, which were indicating 100,000, and began to close the months with long wick exhaustion. possibly indicating a transition to a correction stage. All right, I think that's pretty good. Now we just continue on down lower. Now with monthly, the weekly part. So what I'm going to do to keep my charts clean, I said last time I was gonna have some water, some tea or something. Still ain't got it. Still clearing my throat. Let's see. So the reason for these green lines were, price impulse came back and retest these areas. So we see this was a high, price broke above, came back and retest before the buy. 77% discount. So that's the reason for us to highlight this actual area here. But since we are so extended from it and I want to kind of keep these charts clean into a minimum, I actually can leave it there. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. I do think I just want to have it a different color though. Maybe let's do it like this. Yeah, let's gray it out. And do I want to leave it like that? Yeah, let's leave it where it's at. Alright, so currently on our weekly with Bitcoin, as we see, we was consolidating here. Price started to push up. Then we made it to, say, 105 or 108. We'll just say the high 108 and start to retrace. Now we're going on to the next one, weekly. Okay, we're on the weekly. What is the trend for the weekly? There's only two things. Well, actually three things. Is it bullish, bearish, or is it consolidating or ranging, moving sideways? All these things mean the same thing. Ranging, consolidating, moving sideways. Bullish going up, bearish going down. Consolidating sideways. Man, let's see. So honestly, it's still bullish. Still bullish because price is pushing up. We find this area of support right here. I haven't really just broken under it to say that. Or so it's two things we can do here. Based off the data that we have, we can either say it's still bullish, we can say it's bearish, or we can say it's consolidating, it's ranging. And I'm actually leaning more to the consolidating. Yeah, because we see here this actually was moving sideways, but we see there's still a correction because it was making a series of lower lows and lower highs. You see here, we have a high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Then we made a higher low, broke above that high. Then it started to actually shift trends. So this is actually a downtrend that appeared to be a slight of consolidation. What we have here, going based off structure, we haven't broken any lows like how this right here is, going based off this example. So price is honestly consolidating on a weekly time frame. Where we say that, so my thing is, are we saying this from a weekly perspective? Because if we get down to a daily, we can clearly see moving sideways. We can clearly see that it's ranging. But on the weekly, you know what? what I'm gonna do for this one actually, I'm not gonna put consolidation. I'm actually gonna still put this on the uptrend. Come on, let's make our mind up. We don't have to overanalyze this. Okay, so you say it's still in the uptrend. What is your reason as why? We see prices pushing itself up, and push down, and that's it. So we honestly can just say, and it's just a part of overthinking or overanalyzing. Not over. Don't overanalyze. Just keep it simple. It's okay about. I mean, it's errors are made. So if I make an error or overanalyze or see it the wrong way, that's okay. Errors do happen. We just have to work on improving, but not just spending too much time just thinking about it like that. Uh, Impulse, correction, and continuation. And it look like it's in that correction stage, honestly. Correction. Still in the uptrend because we have been broken lows or highs. So actually what I'm gonna do, weekly, what is it looking like? Weekly still looks bearish, or weekly still looks bullish. Why? Because at this point we have broken the low, still find support. It's consolidated. Weekly is ranging because we made it to this high. We have remained in the high and the low. So on our weekly, we consolidate is a weekly consolidation. Then it's gonna get more into detail for us on that daily weekly consolidation, and then we have what stage are we in? We see her for an example impulse correction. Pardon me, correction, continuation, correction, correction. We're in the correction stage because we made that high that we pushed down. Let's see. We're gonna start putting the K right there so we know. Bitcoin has retraced upon reaching 108K. Has so actually what I'm gonna do, Bitcoin has corrected. Let's use these terms because these are the things that's gonna. Of course, there's many different terms that I can use. For example, like I said, the stage. What stage we're in? Correction. And I was typing out Bitcoin has retraced. It's another word for correction, but let's actually like programming to our heads, our minds. Of course, we know, what I'm saying, these two words are synonyms, but let's actually just continue using these words. Bitcoin has corrected upon approaching 108K and has been finding support lows. Bitcoin is corrected upon approaching 108,000. Has been finding support at the lows. They just keep it simple, is it? Oh yeah, overthinking, overanalyzing, nothing. Then we go down to our daily. Clear some of it out. That's the reason why I got to use all the shit when I use constant camera stuff like that. Alright, so now we're on the daily. Doing the same thing. What stage is price in? I mean, yeah. Bullish bearish consolidation. Honestly, on a daily, it's still in the stage of consolidation. Moving sideways, ranging out, whatever you want to say, we'll call it consolidation. Consolidation. What stage are we in? Same thing. Well, what stage are we in? Impulse, correction. We're still in the correction stage. Let's see on the daily. Impulse, correction. Not a continuation. Still find resistance from this area, just like that. Broke above, came back to this low. What stage are we in? And like I said, this is really we'll just see how things go based off this one video. If it takes a lot of our time doing these, we'll just do this on our own time. So when we come back to the market, there's not much time we're gonna have to put in because we already have it typed out. And we can just, update it as price begins to do its thing throughout the days, the weeks, the 4 hours that we're gonna jump down to. But actually, this is just that first one. This is just a learning moment for us. So, like I said, we're just adjusting along the way. And you tuning in is, really just seeing all of this. And, all of it is live. There's minimum editing to it. It's just, just straight, so it's trading, analyzing the market. You know what I'm saying? All right, pardon me. Let's get back to it. So what stage are we in? We have 3 stages. We have impulse, correction, continuation. So we had our impulse move up. I say we're in the correction stage. All right, so what are we talking about? Bitcoin has been trading within a range of what this range is. Trading in a range of, we'll just say 190. Bitcoin's been trading within a range of 100K, not 200K, 100K, and 90K. Finding honestly, just want to keep it simple. Bitcoin's been trading from the range of 100K and 90K. I was gonna say find support and resistance and watch, but it's basically saying the same thing. So I'm just reiterating what I just said. So honestly, Bitcoin has been traded within a range of 100K and 90K. Simple. So of course, you know what I'm saying, we're typing these things out. We don't want to overlook anything. There's good information that the candlesticks is telling us. So just want to throw that out there and keep that in mind. So let's jump down to our 4 hour. What do we have here? We have 4 hour. And they get interesting here because in 4 hour we actually have, you know, what stages are we in. So being that it's following a trend, let's see. Impulse, correction, continuation, correction, continuation. Impulse, correction, no continuation. Well, it'll be something like this though. Impulse could be broken under the low. Impulse, correction, continuation. Impulse, correction, consolidation. And we had the correction. Impulse, correction, continuation. We drew a field. It went straight to our -27 impulse, double top, so it's our 1 impulse, correction, back to 100, continuation. It gets a little tricky here, so we could see, well, okay, it could be a little tricky here because we have something like this, impulse here, our correction, which is here, and our continuation would mean something down here. It could be, but if we kept it and understand that it's ranging, we will look at something like this: impulse, correction, continuation, impulse, correction, continuation, impulse. Well, it kind of all still lines up though. Interesting. So impulse, correction, continuation. This one, impulse, correction, continuation. That's 2. So this the leg. This is leg 1. Leg 2, leg 3 could possibly be, you know, selling. And you know, like I said, even though we look at what we've been saying on our higher time frames, you know, stage, impulse to correction, you know what I'm saying? They could be telling us that, you know, we in this stage is going to possibly transition to, you know, they're selling, they're breaking under 90 level and selling lower. Could be. And it's kind of doing a similar thing like I did here. Impulse, correction, continuation. Came back in, made that high. Impulse, correction, continuation. So what I'm going to put here, we actually can delete this now. That trend line. Let's actually leave that right here as well because it can possibly come back to that area. Into these areas, into these lines. We see it, you know, rejecting here. It's 90. What level is that? 96. It's rejecting that, yeah, based on 96 level price point. So could be a good spot for it. And like I said, impulse correction continuation. That's leg one. Impulse correction continuation. It's leg two. So you have impulse correction. So let's just draw it out so we can have an actual visual. Impulse correction continuation. Then we're gonna have impulse correction continuation. Let's actually change this color. Let's do it like this right now. So we got a red going down. We have a blue going up. So we see impulse correction continuation, impulse correction continuation. But overall, it's doing this right here. Impulse correction. And there'll be our continuation on under. And let's turn that one back on. So actually, that's what structure is looking to do if we're going based off our stages. Impulse correction, continuation, impulse correction, continuation, impulse correction, continuation, impulse correction. So it's actually in that correction stage. A lot of selling, push right down, impulse. So 4 hour, we're in the correction stage. Let's go to stage. Correction. So 4 hours, what do we have? So, like I said, impulse correction, continuation in the correction stage. So price could, easily start to retrace here, or it could do something like this. Impulse, correction, continuation, push up to right here, then start to make that move down. So we just have to be mindful of that. But yeah, that's what's going on here. Impulse, correction, continuation. Came back and reject that area again. Yeah. I actually like that, so we could be right now, like I said, still in that area of ranging. And you really have to have an eye for this, so it's okay if you need to put your visualizer down so you can better see. It's okay to have that visualizer, but we see right here. So we see this that rejection. So we got impulse, correction, continuation. So 4 hours we're gonna put here. So let's go ahead, not rush through it, but finish this off because I know we usually look at the other periods. We're gonna finish it off with this one because this video is, taking a lot of time. When you see it takes a lot of time really to analyze the market, Then again, it takes time to analyze the market. You should take your time. You shouldn't just be rushing through it because this is your financial decisions that you are making. And you want to take in, not as much data as you can, but take in all the data, the necessary data that you need to start to make your financial decisions going forward as far as trading or investing in these assets that we cover or whatever you do on your own. Because, these are your finances. Okay, so 4 hours. Honestly, 4 hour. start looking bearish because we really are making new highs. We found this area here, we rejected a lot of selling momentum. So bearish on this stage of correction. And you know, there's one thing I have to just work on, you know, just truly focusing and really just making it plain, making it simple, putting it out there. And you know, the more you do something, the better you get at it, and the more time that you are able to save. So that just shows that, you know, I need, you know, more time doing this, and eventually over time you'll start to speed up with it because I'll start to see these things on a repeated basis. Then it's like, okay, I seen this before numerous times. This was going on. This is what I see. This pattern. This data. You know, and this is how we doing. Just writing a report. Just seeing what we seeing and typing it up, writing it up. Okay, so Bitcoin post correction continuation. Bitcoin is keep it playing, keep it playing. That's why I have to keep reminding myself, keep it playing, keep it simple, keep it playing, keep it simple. What I was gonna type, that's more like a overview. We talking about 4 hours right now. Broken. Previous wick low. Now found resistance. Six. And I might just leave it there at the 4 hour because, you know, the 1 hour is more like what you want to use to actually, if you want to get in and start trading this. We come from an investor standpoint, so you want to use those higher time frames, which are the monthly, weekly, daily, 4 hour. Then once we get down to the 1 hour, those are smaller time frames. 1 hour, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 5, whatever time frames you use. But yeah, that's what we have for Bitcoin. So, and it's rejecting here. So let's actually do this. Impose. So honestly, going based off this, I can see Bitcoin still pushing its way up. Rather it be to the zone here at this negative 61.8. Possibly come back and find resistance at this level here for selling, or at this 27 here. But we have our impulse, our correction, and we start to consolidate a bit. So price could, like I said, push up, but then we're gonna be looking forward to actually start to sell once it does push up. So let's leave that here. And I was to put a pattern, push it down. It's been raining for a while. We honestly, yeah, let's just leave it how it is. But this is what I think Bitcoin is going to do. We can, like I said, box in price, like I always say, we can set alert here at this negative 27. We say, okay, Bitcoin has reached this negative 27 TP area. Possibly could be looking for an inversion. But yeah, let's do that. See, negative 27. Where we at? Right here at negative 27. Yeah, and we already have alerts still down here. So, yep, that's all we got. So, we're about 40 minutes in. That was a little different than we usually do. Spent a lot of time on Bitcoin alone. Of course, we still have those other pairs. Now let's just go over this one just real quick because this actually happened, and this is something that I want to talk about. So previously, we seen that XRP has been trading within its range and its wedge, like I stated. And when you have those wedges, price is bound to break above and go somewhere on either side of that wedge. And we seen here, price pushed its way up, found slight resistance, but overall was in that uptrend, found support at this previous high that it was at, that it broke above and pushed up out of this wedge. And like I said, for it to be such a huge resistance, using our point 1, point 2, we had this trend line drawn out. We see every time price got here, reject, and just paying attention to these small things right here. Huge, a lot of volume, bullish candles pushing up to this price. If we look back previously, we wasn't having those type of candlesticks, pushing up to it, through it, and all those things. So that showed that, a lot of buying was happening. A lot of volume was coming in. And what do we see? We came back, retest this area here, and then pushed its way up. Nice and clean. I just had a thought in my head. We'll see about what I just thought about. But we see it pushed up, and currently is, we can erase this now because we see that has played out. We see this here. This is that previous area, so let's erase that since we have trade above. Let's erase that as well. So honestly, looking quite bullish for XRP just based off this. We did break above that high, and we are finding support at this price. Like I said, we're approaching our time, and we did spend a lot of time on Bitcoin. But looking at XRP, we broke above. We found support at this previous high that we broke above. So indication that the trend is starting to look bullish for our next major resistance point is, of course, this 27. So what I would do is buy at the lows, honestly. Right now, this, of course, we broke above. To somebody, this may seem like a high price, but there's still a low if the trend is, to continue to the upside. So, of course, we'll just analyze it. We see some lows. We start to accumulate more XRP, and we're just going to trade it out, ride it out, hold it out. That's what we're going to do. But, yeah. That's what we have. We spent a lot of time on Bitcoin. Hopefully, you gained a lot of insight from our top-down analysis on Bitcoin so you can have a better overview of what's going on. We have on the monthly, of course, Bitcoin is bullish, but we are seeing some indication that price could be looking to begin to sell some. Just looking at those candlesticks, all we doing just using what price is showing us, typing the data out, just having it in a physical worded way so that every time we come to the chart, we don't have to think about it. It's already there for us. And as we know, each time you come to the market is changing, it's evolving, and we just have to update our report here as those things start to happen. Because the daily, like the 4 hour from bearish, it can be like, oh, okay, it's in the uptrend now. So we can be seeing that it's in the bullish trend now. And we can be seeing that, and that can be an indication that we're breaking out of consolidation or we're still in this consolidation. You know what I'm saying? So it's good that we typed it out. This is going to be something that we're incorporating in all our pairs. Of course, like I said, we spent a lot of time doing Bitcoin today, but you're going to see this in our other pairs that we analyze. So you'll have a physical overview of what price is doing. And with this long wick push down, we can be anticipating for price to find support somewhere, maybe at these lows, maybe at this area here, because we see price consolidated it. So we'll just see if price start to push up, or if it push lower, come back to these lows before we find some support pushing up. But like always, so a lot of things is really, oil is still going up, so gas prices on the rise. Yeah, so thank you for tuning in. Thank you for showing up for yourself. Again, it's a servant by nature. Working on that intro, working on that outro, working on structure, working on building that community, working on having this a better, smoother way of doing. But we still showing up, coming to the markets, and just along the way we're just gonna improve. So again, thank you for showing up for yourself.